Hey, what is up everyone? After thoroughly enjoying Lost Sphear, I started to think back on my playthrough, and I started to remember all of the annoying bosses I had to fight against. So then I came up with a great idea. I should make a list of the most annoying bosses I had to fight against, since I did like to complain to my friends about these bosses' stupid gimmicks. Keep in mind that I did play this game on hard and active, so the enemies are stronger and they don't wait around. There is also a lot of RNG involved, and I got pretty unlucky sometimes. So with that said, let's do this. Sitting at the number 5 spot for the most annoying boss is Morphos. This boss is encountered about halfway through the game, and you only fight her with 2 party members, Van and Kanata. Luckily, these were 2 people I mained, but I didn't spend too much time working on their Sprite Night setup, so that kinda bit me in the butt this fight. Morphos has a wide range of annoying abilities. While her attacks don't do that much damage, she does have a charm ability and has a noticeable evasion rate. The worst thing about this boss is her healing and regen ability, which just heals all the damage I've done. To add insult to injury, she would sometimes transform into one of my own characters and use my own skills against me, which hurt more than her normal attacks. If she turns into Van or Kanata, the damage she would have taken is reflected instead. So yeah, she was pretty annoying. At number 4 is Zemrod. This time there aren't any restrictions on my characters, but this guy is one tough cookie. You fight him 3 times throughout the game and he does not get easier with each encounter. He uses a different set of skills each fight, but the battles are all similar because of his insane power, turn speed, and evasion. He will usually get first action, beating even Lumina, despite her starting with about 80% of her ATB gauge filled out. His attacks took out a vast majority of my health, so I spent more time than I'm used to doing damage control. During the last encounter, he also has an instant death attack that also causes him to regain all his health back. Now that's pretty unfair. Luckily, he doesn't seem to use the skill too often. It took me multiple attempts to beat this guy every time I had to fight him. The third most annoying boss in Lost Sphear is actually a post-game boss called Royal God. While I only attempted this battle when she was at level 99, I'm assuming the regular version is also still very annoying depending on what skills she decides to open up with. This boss really likes to use Heavenly Light, which causes my party to be confused and will deal a good chunk of damage if I use crappy gear. The only way to be immune to confusion is with an armor called Dancer's Garb, which I only had one of at the time. So the only way to prevent my party from killing themselves was to equip Shura with Dancer's Garb so she could use Oratorio. Not only did this mean that one of my characters was practically doing nothing, but if Royal God decided to use the skill multiple times in quick succession, I was screwed, since Oratorio is a paradigm drive. Yep, everyone is dead. What could be more annoying than a boss spamming confusion spells ultimately causing your party to implode? A frog giving your party status ailments such as poison, confusion, and charm. But worst of all, sleep. I know what you're all thinking, sleep is not that bad. And yet, you'd be right under normal circumstances. But this guy, Waste Toad, thinks it'd be cool to take a nap with me while my entire party is asleep. Seriously though. So my party is here sleeping, and then there's this fat frog just in front of me sleeping too. WTF. So now I'm just staring at my screen waiting for this douche to wake up and attack me, otherwise my party won't wake up. It was so infuriating, I just closed my game and restarted the fight. And no, there was no sleeping resistant armor at this point in the game. You could eat some debuff resistant food, but that did absolutely nothing. Well now, what could possibly be more annoying than Waste Toad? Well my friends, you see, there are some pretty annoying bosses in Lost Sphear, but nothing, and I mean nothing, not even a sleeping toad mocking you, comes close to the pure agony that is Mecha Peggy. Yeah, look at this guy. Looks cute, right? Well, this guy is deadly and will obliterate your team. Luckily, I was smart enough to save before engaging because I've never seen him before. What's this guy doing in a low-level dungeon? Seems suspicious. So I save and start the encounter. Oh, I get kicked out of my vocal suit? Great. Peggy Death Beam and 3 of my teammates instantly drop and the other has 3 health. Freaking beautiful. Then before I get to act, he tackles the daylights out of the last survivor and game over.
Impossible!
I was mad, but I understood, you know. This guy always starts off with insta-death laser beam, so I equip gore armor, which gives me 50% resistance to insta-death. One more battle, two more battles, and it continues, all playing out very similarly. 3 of my characters always die, and if by chance I got lucky and everyone survives because he misses, then I have to deal with the fact that he only gets hurt by null attacks. Then, if you get to his last phase, but don't manage to kill him fast enough, he just spams the beam over and over again. Seriously? Screw this guy. This is one of the dumbest bosses I've ever seen, and the fact that 50% resistance to death doesn't actually do anything most of the time is dumb. I'm either the most unlucky person in the world or the resistance system is broken. I hate you, Mecha Peggy. Alright, let me take a deep breath after that. So that's my list, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it didn't come off as too whiny. Instead, I hope you got a little bit of enjoyment out of seeing me suffer through some of these encounters. If you've played Lost Sphear, let me know who your most annoying bosses were. Do you think my list is pretty accurate? As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.